Or sorry folks, technical difficulties. Bear with me just a second while I put the phone back in the stand. Somehow or another I had pressed live and it never went live. Got my phone in my stand backwards, so I couldn't tell what was going on. There, I can see us now. Whew, that was crazy. Sorry for the ride, guys. And sorry that I'm late. I really was here on time. I hit the live button and it didn't go live. I'm not sure what it did, but it didn't go live. So I apologize for that. And what I was saying is we're working on two cutting boards. We're going to do this one. We just put a little transfer on there from Essential Stencil. And we're going to work on the other side. And on this one that we created the other day, I just took it off. I had a bow tied to it. And I just took that bow off. And this one also has little cupcakes. This would be good for your 4th of July picnic or in the kitchen for your patriotic holidays. So very useful, many different ways. It is purely decorative. It is not made for food. If I don't glue the bow on, you can take the bow off and then sit it down and maybe put cellophane over it and sit something on it. But it is not to be meant to be a serving piece. Alrighty then, we are going to use a vintage duck egg. I always want to call it duck egg blue from Dixie. And we're going to paint our cutting board. And if I do, hey Danette, I do see comments. Whew. Alabama in the house, correct? Did I get it right? Sometimes I have to second guess myself. I think I got the right place, and then I mix it up with somebody else. I hope that I can see comments. I am not sure what color I am going to paint the sides, so I'm going to have to figure out what color I want to do the sides. I might go in with the brown to make them neutral. So how has everybody been this weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Did you do something fun? Did you get rain? Did you have sunshine? We've been having a mixed bag. It rained just a little bit ago, but it's been hot and humid here today. But we've had some nice days, but we also had the rain. I don't mind the rain, but that humidity afterwards is like horrible. And we're going to have some hot days here over the next little bit, and of course rain mixed in. I really like this duck egg blue. It's just a really pretty color. Got a little paint booger I'm trying to get out. I like the Dixie Belle paints. I don't have many of their paints yet because I really just started using Dixie Belle paints. I mainly use Decor art, but I have used a couple of other ones too. And I try to go all in one direction instead of mixing it up, going here, there, and everywhere. And at my edges, I normally just turn my piece around and just get a little bit of paint and do my edges, because I'm bad about going like this and then having my whole edge messed up. Especially if I don't know yet what color I want to do the sides. So I just hold it like this and go off the edge. And that way my edges will stay clean for the most part. Whatever technique works for you. Yes. Good. Whew. So how is Alabama weather? I bet your humidity is up and running. I'm gonna have to come visit Alabama. I have not really been in Alabama. I drove through, but I have not stopped. I am going to do that little hole later. Well, since I've got the paint out, I might as well go ahead and do it now while I have it, right? Let me get a little, I don't need a fancy brush for that. We just need a brush. I'm going to do our little hole. I like to finish my pieces out, and I like to do that little hole in the middle so that it is done. Because we want a finished piece, and that's why I love doing two-sided pieces. I just think it gives you more options to decorate with, and you have less pieces to store. And if you are given these as gifts, that's even better, because then they get 2 for the price of 1. I am going to redo this right here. Let's see. Had a little bit, I missed the edge a little bit. There we go. That looks good to me. I'm going to probably rustic it up anyway. I am just doing 1 coat. It's been humid. It was sunny today, but it is, we got a little rain shower a little bit ago, and it was humid right after it. And it's going to be raining for pretty much the rest of the week. Today, this week, just off and on here and there. But that is to be expected around here, so again, I'm probably going to do the edge in this dark brown. That way both sides are tied in, because that color really doesn't match the other side that well. So I don't want to put that on the edge. It will not look good. So I'm going to use the brown. For our transfers, we need it to be dry, 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 dry. It has to be a dry, oil-free, I always say lotion-free, debris-free surface. So we got to make sure that we get this really good and dry. And I'm going to give it a quick sand. Oh, not without 80. Just a quick once over. Even though we just sanded it and it looks like it is clean, since we are putting transfers on there, I am going to wipe it back, because there is still a little bit of residue, and we don't want that to be under our transfers, and that may hinder our transfers to adhere. So I just always take that little extra step. Duck egg blue. I love that color. I'm going to put my transfer on first. Transfer my words on first. And I'm sorry to say that this one is out of stock at the moment. It is Romans 12:12. It is be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. I had to think of what it was. And I love that stencil. It is a 12 by 10, an 8 by 10, 8 by 10. And I'm going to do Romans as far down as I can get it. And then right here, I am just lining it up the best I can to make it even. That looks about as even as I'm gonna get it. Secure that. I'm gonna do all that in one color. And I'm gonna do it in traditional burnt umber. I'm going to use one of the 5/8 inch stencil brushes from Essential Stencil. And talking about Essential Stencil, have you had a chance yet to hop over and take a sneak peek at the new release? My stencil set will be here tomorrow, so I will probably go live sometime tomorrow depending on when I get it. If it comes with the mail, it might not be here until late, so it'll be Wednesday. But if it comes early enough, it comes with UPS, then I will hop on and showcase all of them to you. I'm going to take them all out and show you one by one, and we'll create something. And I chose brown because this is going to be for fall. It is Everyday Home is the stencil set. That's what it is called. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get them. There is 2 of them that have lace patterns on the bottom and words on the top. I think one of them says welcome friends and the other one may say home sweet home. I can't remember. There is a clock that you can do numerals, Roman numerals or regular numbers for the clock, and that can be used for other things as well. There is all of these amazing stencils. You can choose how to use different parts of it. What's the other one? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it. I cannot even remember what all is in there. Oh, there is a small set. I think it's a 6x6. It says be still, but first pray, and I cannot remember the third one in that series. And they would be great. They are round. It's a 6x6, but they are in a round, so those would be good for lids on top of your containers or something. So that is really cool. Oh, what are the other ones? There are several in there, and I cannot, my brain is going 100 miles an hour, and I cannot remember. But take a sneak peek. They are going live on Saturday. And stay tuned. There is going to be some more wonderful news about that. The launch is Saturday. And I'll guarantee you, most likely the clock, probably the 2 with the lace, will be sold out quickly. So if you are interested in the bundle, I would snatch that up. If you want individuals, then I would definitely get them as soon as you can, because I have a feeling that from what everybody said that they liked out of that set, that some of those stencils will be gone fast, and I don't know how many they have. So if you have a chance to snatch them, you better grab them. And of course, I would love it if you use my code WK21. That will save you at checkout. Always, always, always use an ambassador code. That just helps you to save money, and it helps us to keep us stocked up for embellishments or maybe a brush set to help us buy some creative supplies. But I love that set. It is such an amazing set. And I'm trying to think what the other ones are. Oh, there's a script one. The script one, it's a French script. That one could go fast too, because that one is an amazing background to use for a lot of other stencils and transfers. And this is a stencil only bundle. There are no transfers in this one. If you're on here and you know of one that I have forgot to mention, put it in there. Put it in the comments. Let me know what your favorite one is. Which one will you be snagging up first? Tell me what your favorite is. I'm going to go back over it. Dry that real quick, and we got to get some more paint on here. And if you can, even if you watch on replay, please sprinkle the whimsy out. I appreciate it if you sprinkle it out and let others know that we are here creating, crafting, chatting, and strengthening each other's faith, encouraging one another. It is important to me. If you have any prayer requests, please let me know. If you have unspoken requests, and this stencil, I know it is out of stock right now, but if you are interested, just ask them if they will be restocked to put yourself on the wait list. You could just put on there, be joyful, or just use the word joyful or faithful, or just the word prayer or hope. You can use parts of a stencil. You don't need to use the whole thing. And that's what I love about this next set that is coming out. Will release on Saturday. I gotta look to see if it is releasing at midnight Friday like they normally do, or if it is releasing later on Saturday. If anybody knows, put the time in the comments. I forgot to check that. And I don't want to go out of my iPad and check, because I might lose you guys. I think this looks good. And again, I chose the brown because this is going to be a fall cotton board. God, that's my brain. But does that brown not look amazing on that blue? I just love that vintage duck egg blue. It is such a pretty color. Just even leaving it like this is perfect. You don't have to do anything else. If you don't want to do anything else to it, just leave it. You do not have to grunge it up or rust it up or make it vintage looking. You can leave it just the way it is. You don't have to add different things to it. I'm going to take my brush out of my water over here to make sure that it doesn't rust up. Talking about rust. Take that back out. And now we're going to take florals out of the, look how gorgeous these are, out of the autumn flowers. I just love this set. Look at all the amazing colors in here. I just love it. When I saw those the first time, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love those colors. I am going to turn this back around. I am not a good upside down crafter. I apologize. And I'm going to use my sanding block. This is 120. And I'm just, if you want it a little bit more rustic, you can sand it a little bit more. I'm just going to leave it like this for now. I think that looks good enough. And I've picked out all these little pieces that sometimes we don't know what to do with. We use the big pieces, but we leave the little ones behind, and we're like, I don't know what to do with those little pieces. But look at all those beautiful pieces. So we're going to use these pieces up. I had them laid out in all kinds of different ways, so I am just going to start. If you're new to transfers, peel them apart. This is the backer sheet, this is the carrier sheet, and then your transfer is this printed part right here. Pull them apart completely and hold on to it. Leave your room on the clear part that you can handle. If the phone rings and you need to put it back on this part. Right here on the shiny side, and then you can answer the phone, run to the bathroom, get you something to drink, whatever may happen, and then you just peel it right back off. If you put it on here, you can't use it. It's done for. Then take it and figure out where you want it. Do I want it here? Do I want it here? Do I want it here? And hold it over the top. And can you guys see that? Hope you can see that pretty good. Hold it and see. Okay, if I put it here, I'm going to cover up a little bit of the words, but it is not too bad. I tilt it a little bit, then, yep, right there, that'll look good. I will lose a little bit of it over here, but I'm okay with that. So, and yes, I do talk to my pieces. Can you see good? Just want to make sure you can see good. I know it seems like it is a million miles away, but then you take your essential stencil tool. This one came out for breast cancer awareness. And then they have the regular blue one. I've used this one so much, I rubbed the essential stencil off of it. But I like these because these have a really thin but hard edge. So they're real easy to use to put that on. And if we are real careful, we can lift this up and save that edge. Make sure you're really careful with that stem. Sometimes they're so skinny that you may accidentally take that stem off. I'm just looking to see if everything transferred. And then you just keep on going to the rest. Make sure you get the tips of your leaf really good. If something resists, lay it back down and go over it again. If you touch that underside with your finger, it will come off on your finger. I have done that. And tune in to Essential Stencil this evening. I am pretty sure Amanda is gonna debut the new stencil collection, Everyday Home. Like I said, if I get mine early enough, I'll be on tomorrow. If not, then I'll come on Wednesday and showcase them. And I pray that you can make it to see that beautiful collection, and I'll create something with it. And see, I've got just that little bit left on here. I can, for instance, come in here and add that to it. So instead of throwing this away, I am just going to put this back on my shiny side and hold on to it. And just like that, that will be gorgeous just by itself like this. And a couple of acorns on the bottom. It will be beautiful. But I want to do a little extra. I'm going to add this one over here. Again, leave enough room that you can hold onto it. That looks good to me. And yes, I am going to lose most of that stem, but I'm okay with that. I got most of this leaf on here, so I'm okay if I lose just a little bit of that stem. And again, if you want to save any of it, just make sure that you do not touch it. Because if you touch it, it will come off on your hands. If you want to be notified when I'm on, hey Miss Donna, glad you could hop on, my dear. If you want to be notified or Facebook is not notifying you, check your settings. You can touch my face or touch the screen and there should be something coming up and it will say notifications and you can check to see. You can also do, I capitated that a little bit. You see that little piece right there? I lifted it up before it was adhered, but I'm okay with that. It's okay. Don't think I'm going to use that, but I could put it somewhere if I wanted to. In case I decide, I'm going to stick it back on here. Exclamation mark notify will get you set up for my notifications. Exclamation mark notify. I'm looking to see I don't know, kind of I might have to lay my stencil back on in order to put the words back on because you can stencil over top, but I might not have to. And this one has lots of little parts, so take your time. Go slow. So tell me, did you guys look at the sneak peek yet for the everyday home? Which ones did you like? What's your favorite? Are you planning on getting anything? There are so many good ones in there. I couldn't even tell you what my favorite is. I love both of them with the lace because you can oh, there is another one that says Ola. And it has like I don't know, reminds me of a Scandinavian. That's what Miss Tammy said too. It just reminds me of a Scandinavian design. And you can use parts and pieces of that as well for other things. I like the clock. I love the script. Of course, I love both of them with the lace on there. That is so pretty. I don't think it is too bad. You can still read it. Right there, the word. I don't have to redo it. I thought I might have to go back in and lay it over top, but you could still read it. So it blended in well. I said, where's the other one? Got another little weed one over here. And I just thought for the fall, that was the perfect combination of pieces. Now this one I have to experiment with. I'm not sure exactly how I want this one on here. So we'll just hover this guy a little bit. I want it more right here. We'll just have to add something on the bottom to cover that up. The stems down here, where they didn't completely go all the way down. But that's how I design. I kind of laid it out beforehand. I had my stencil down and then I placed all my pieces underneath and moved them around so I had an idea of where I wanted what. That helps me decide on what I want to put where. I had flowers on here first, but they were too heavy, too overwhelming for the piece. So I chose the little wheat and oats. Be right back. Yes, there are some beautiful new designs. Well, tell me, what's your favorite? Tell me. I like to hear from you. Even if you're watching on replay, let me know. And I appreciate you watching on replay. I know it is gardening season and this might not be a good time for you to hop on. So I do appreciate you taking the time to watch replay. Please let me know that you hopped on replay. And stay tuned. There's going to be some new things happening at the with the Whimsy Bunch at Whimsically Knotted. I've got some things in the works that you guys will hopefully like. think I'm just going to add this one down here to cover the stems up a little bit. I like this piece. I'm not sure what that is. Uh-oh, that didn't cut out correctly. I'm going to see if I can... There is white on here that should not be on here. I'm going to see if I can get that off. I am adjusting my transfer. Sometimes they don't cut out correctly. There was a big piece of white right there. That I did not want on there. So I took it off. Sometimes you just got to improvise. And I improvised. I took it off. The other part doesn't bother me as much. There's a couple of other white pieces in there. They don't bother me so much, so I'm okay with that. And I'm just going to put that right here. It covers nicely up those stems. And not sure if all of you know, but all of my pieces are always available. Most of my pieces, I'm keeping the cowgirl hat, the black one. I'm keeping that one. But all of the other pieces that I create are available. And you can find them on in my shop on my website, Whimsically Knotted. I also have a blog post over there. And some other things happening. So if you have not been over there and checked it out, I invite you to check it out. It is whimsicallyknotted.com. So pay it a visit, check it out. If you ever miss a live or you want to watch a replay and craft along, check out my YouTube channel. I invite you to subscribe. That way you will not miss any lives. You will always be informed on what's going on. And those little white things, I'm just going to paint over those. And I got a couple of these flowers. I am just going to add those in here as well. To just fill the bottom up a little bit. And sometimes you can even just use your fingernail to adhere those little flowers. And you can put transfers over transfers. You can put transfers over stenciling, and you can stencil over transfers. You can do all the things. I'm gonna put the little one over here. This one is a little bit more dainty. Hey, Miss Becky. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that clock and the lace. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, that clock is amazing. And, you know, those for Christmas, that's just around the corner. So those will make good Christmas gifts. And like I said, I think that clock is going to be one of the first ones sold out. From what I have heard, everybody saying that they love it so much. I don't think that clock stencil is going to be around much. And it is so versatile. Got a little bit of tip of white right there. I guess where I sanded it maybe. I'm just going to take my little brush right here and just add just a little paint back in. I just love the way that brown looks on that background color, and the golds and the wheat pop really good on that. I'm just going to make sure to let that dry. And this is what we have so far. I am going to add the part of that leaf over on this side up here. Trying to think how I want it on here. I think I'm going to do it like this. I really would like to have this on here. I think I'm going to do it like that up here. Just to give it a little extra. It might get covered up by the bow, it might not. That just looks cool on like that. I just had this on here and it looked good. Move it like this. Just adding little bits and pieces here and there. And then I got a couple of ladybugs we're going to add in here. Just to give it a little bit more character. Oh, they're both going in the same direction. I want one going in a different direction. Because you always have so many little pieces, and sometimes we don't know what to do with those little pieces. And I just wanted to show you that you can add them as embellishments here and there. Like I got a little acorn piece. That acorn is just falling to the ground. And then we got an acorn and a cap, and we're going to add that. I want to add that. I'm going to add that little acorn and the cap over here. That acorn rolled over here. Telling a little story. It rolled over to the side so that the squirrels can get it. And then the little cap just laid on the ground right there by itself. Oh, cap. Oh, on the edge. What you guys think? I'm gonna go sand back over this. And yes, I do sand over my transfers. And then I'm thinking about putting a little I'm gonna cut that shorter. A little bow, because we're gonna have the bow on the other side. And I forgot to get buttons. Get like a little old button and add that on here, because we're gonna have this bow is gonna be on the other side, so it will stick out. So I wanted something on this side, because I'll leave it like that. Well, it doesn't look really bad. Just add that little bow to it right here, and then add a button in the middle. That is my plan. But this does not look bad at all. Leave that to the side, and we didn't even use the other little flower that we had. And on this one, I'm not going to paint it. I'm going to leave it just the way it is. I'm going to wipe it down though. I normally wipe these down with, and I'm going to add this one, with alcohol to get the, because this one has a little sheen to it. I didn't do that, so hopefully there was no oily residues or anything on here that would prevent my transfer from sticking. And on this one, I am just going to go around the edge since we are not painting this one. I'll just fold it over and just use my fingernail to adhere that. Oh, and if you need the links, I'll put all of them in the comments. I'll put the link for the verse, Romans 12:12. It is out of stock at the moment, but let them know that you're interested, that you would like for that to be restocked, and they'll let you know if you put yourself on the wait list when that is back in stock. I also put the link for the autumn flowers in there, and I put the link for the sneak peek. So if you have not took a sneak peek, you're not the rubber. Sorry about that. Rewind. If you don't know what I'm talking about the everyday home bundle and stencils that are sneak peeking right now, and they will launch on the 13th, then click that link in the description and check it out. I'll put that link for you in there as well so you can find it real easy. If you need to know my code, exclamation mark code will get you to my code. Trying to save you some money. Money. That's always good. And there is also an ambassador challenge. It is called Pass the Paintbrush. We are inviting new friends. So that is a challenge for us ambassador to invite some new friends to the Essential Stencil page, and that's a lot of fun. I always love challenges. So real simple. And I think I might put him down here crawling up. Should we add him on the bottom crawling up, or just on the bottom next to the flower? Oh, thank you guys. Hey, Barb. Thank you, Becky. Should we just sit him to the side, or should we have him crawling up the flower stem? And like I said, we're going to have the bow. This one is going on the other side because it's a double-sided, and I will paint all this brown. So that bow is going to be on the other side. Oop. Minus that. So I figured if we put a bow on here, I got to cut that off. I just got to get my button out. Then it covers that up a little bit, and I can find another fabric in that, maybe in that rust color, to add on top of that. We can also add a leaf. I could add a little leaf on there. A little leaf behind it like this. That will be pretty. Also have some of these florals. Just add a little flower on there maybe. Maybe just the flower. Let me know what you guys think. Can you guys see that? And I'll add our little butterfly. Our little, what is he? He is a ladybug. That's what he is. Oh, I didn't see that early enough. Let's see if I can. Woo. That was saved by grace, that's for sure. So what you think about the leaf and the flower? And I don't have any, oh, what are they called? Acorns, but I've got a pine cone. And there he is crawling up to see his friend up here. So I work with that, and I put our jute back in there, but I think that'd be pretty. Don't know about the, I can't get that off. I have to think about that one. But we can add, I don't like the greenery on there. Even though this greenery has some orange on there. And I like all these little tentacles on there. So those would be cool to add. And we can also add a little bit of that on here since we have wheat in there. I think that will look good in our bow. Just the bow. Whoop. Yeah, I have some smaller pine cones. This one is, I lost it already. Where did it go? This one is a pretty big one. And I can't, it is not coming up. I have to cut him off. So I will search for my other, and we could use this leaf, but I was just thinking about having a little bit of other color. could have used this leaf, but I like that orange to bring out some of the oranges. That's all I have for you this evening. Let me read from our blessing box. I didn't do that last time. And it is out of Lamentations 3:23. And it says, great is his faithfulness. His mercies begin afresh each morning. Great is his faithfulness. His mercies begin afresh each morning. Lamentations 3:23. And that says, life is good because God is great. And I hope you will have a really blessed day or evening. And I'll hold this up one more time real quick. And it will look something like that. And that is cheesecloth that I got off of Amazon. Let me hold it up one more time like that. And then this is our other side, and I will paint that brown. And I think it needs a little something with the bow. I think the bow just by itself is just not enough. So I'm going to add a little something to it. And this is our other piece that will correspond, that you can sit together. And you have a blessed evening. I am going to turn the camera down so you can see this, so that I can turn it off. Hop over to Essential Stencil to see what Amanda is revealing on the new set. And if mine comes in tomorrow, I'll be on tomorrow. If not, I'll be on Wednesday to show them all to you. Have a nice evening. Yeah, this natural filler, this is shredded raffia. That's what that is called. It's shredded raffia. I got it in a big bag from Amazon. And I think that will look good with the wheat on here. So I'm going to put that under the bow. I was going to tie it up and put it under the bow. All right, have a blessed evening, ladies.